let me just ensure that there is good visibility and you're seeing me much clearer now, I suspect. It's so good to see you guys on Thursday night. We haven't done a live in a while. I see a few persons here. So let's just wait for the others to join. But I am excited for this new year. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for 2022. Yes, that just rhyme. I did that. Not on purpose, but I did that. So welcome, welcome one, welcome all. It's amazing to have you all here. I'm seeing the growth of my channel and I hit 500 this week. And if that's not something to celebrate, I don't know what is, because I'm going into the new year with 500 subs. And of course, it might seem small to some people, but it's a big deal. It's not a small thing, it's a big thing. So I'm happy for that. I'm seeing some persons here. If you're here and you can leave a comment, of course, in the chat. And if you can leave a like, it's right that button right below the video. That's like this, the thumbs up. So you can leave a like, press a like. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, you need to subscribe. And that's the big red button at the bottom, or the big red writing at the bottom that says subscribe. And of course, click the notification bell that comes up beside it so you can join the family. Hi, Positive Nation, what's up? This is your girl, Yana Positive, and we're here for another episode, another Thursday at 8 p.m. I am excited. I am excited because today is it December 31st? December 30th? And we're about going into a new year. And I'm excited for that transition and that change. Hey, Wayne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have reached 500 subs and I'm happy about it. I am elated. I'm excited. I I can't find another adjective. But I am excited for the new addition to the nation, and I am excited about the content that will be shared coming up in the new year. So guys, we're just gonna do a slight recap of this year and just set some expectations for the year to come. And it's some exciting stuff we're gonna talk about tonight. Just putting ourselves in a positive mindset and the right mindset for 2022, and acknowledging that 2021 happened, whether it was good or it was bad or it was ugly. We are going to find the beauty in it and we are going to take it and move forward, because we ever forward and never backward. And that's our motto. Because here at Speak Your Truth, we seek to create an airy space of inspiration, relatable, empowering, and elevating content. So if you're just joining us, welcome. Just click that thumbs up button below. That's a like button. And of course, share it, because somebody might need it. Somebody might need this inspiration, somebody might need this motivation. This is just what somebody else might need, and it's important that you play your part, small part, as a part of this family, just to share the link with somebody else, because you never know. So a lot of stuff happened in 2021, and I can say that these things, um they were some were good and some were bad, some were ugly, some were sad, but all in all, I am glad that the year is to an end and I have lived to see another year, and that in itself is a blessing, not a curse. We are given the opportunity every day to make something from our lives, and this is the opportunity, this is the moment to seize it. And I know you may live with a lot of doubts, and you may live with a lot of things that challenge you, but today is a day where you can say that you have been given the opportunity to do more. Hi, Namonia. Hi, Travis. Welcome, 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 welcome. Um, I'm gonna share with you something that I wrote. I don't want to scare you guys, so don't leave. If it's a little bit scary, don't worry. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So you often hear me talk about journaling, and this is journal. My grandma gave me this journal. Um, and last year on the 14th of December, I must have been in such a bad mood because I usually write poetry. And for those who have been following me from last June when the channel first started, I had a night for poetry alone where I read poetry. I think we should probably get back to that. But um short backstory is that I was writing poetry from high school, maybe a little bit younger, primary school even, and I had stopped because it had gotten a little bit different. So it's more like spoken word. It's more dark. It was less funny, and I realized that my inability to make an audience laugh, I didn't like it, and so I kind of hid it for a while. But this is Speak Your Truth, and this is a platform I created for persons who want to speak their truth, and it's only fair that I speak mine as well. Yeah? Because that's the whole purpose of this platform in the first place. So, I wrote this poem, I don't want to scare you guys, on the 12th of, on this 14th of December 2020, and this was on the precipice of the new year. And this poem um made me feel as if 2020 was a year that I endured a lot. um it says, the world stole my innocence, it scarred me with its malevolence. It robbed me of my pride. It showed me there are times when I would have no one on my side. Its violence penetrate me. The screams of our mothers, fathers, daughters, son crying to be set free. Free from its bondage, its hold, its corruption jerked so hard the weaker falls. The world took my innocence and I didn't want it to, for I lived in bliss. Oh, sweet serenity, that's one ignorance I do miss. When I didn't feel the rock of poverty in my belly, when there wasn't a knowledge of the suffering of so many, when the dark walls of my ignorance shone bright, when depression didn't choke me in the shadow of the night, the world took my innocence and I screamed for it back. The idiocy of the knowledge that I lacked, the absence of the blood that wet my undergarments, the blood that stained the streets, the blood in his locks where the sorrow meets grief, the tears where the heartache meets pain, where there is either scorching sunlight or torrential rain. And there it came, despite my pervading shame. It took my innocence, yet I'm the one to blame. The world took my innocence, with its wretched knowledge I take recompense. To prepare the innocent from having their veil ripped away, to give reprieve to the suffering, to make this place just a little bit okay. To love the lost because he paid the cost. Oh, this imperfect world. Yet it was the only way I could see that that only a broken person can become whole, and the only hope to save my soul is to love unconditionally, despite my struggles, love the way he loves me. And this poem under construction, but it's held, yeah, it's a bit deep. It held what I was feeling at the time, that innocence is often related to the loss of virginity. And stay with me, I'm not straying off topic. um but innocence is really when you wake up and you realize that the world is a cruel place, and it can be such a cruel place. And that's what we love about children, that they have the innocence that life is sunshine and rainbows at the end of the cloud. And when you become an adult, it doesn't feel like it, right? But as we are on the precipice of another year coming to an end, it may feel like, okay, this has been a bad year. But at the end of it, you know that in order to take revenge on the world that stripped away the fact that there is a place where we can be okay, you create that place. That's basically what this is saying. That we've all lost in some way. Um, we call it grief in different ways, and I did a lot of episodes and series about grief, and the grief come in form of heartbreak. Some have lost loved ones, some have endured tests of time that you have lost your sense of peace, you have lost your sense of happiness, you have lost your sense of safety, and you are in the process of grieving. And as we're at the end of the year, I want you to acknowledge that even though at times we may feel sad, we may feel depressed, and we're in our process of grieving, and we feel like, okay, it makes no difference, it makes no change. I become happy because I'm just gonna become sad again. It makes no difference that I step into the new because the old will come creeping back. It makes no difference that I go into another relationship because it's just gonna end in heartbreak. It makes no difference that I love somebody because they're just gonna die the way that person died. So oftentimes we're in our grieving process and it seems dark, but the only way to get back at how life is cruel is to create a space for people to be kind. And for you to do that, all you have to do is create the change, right? And as a Bible believing Christian, I don't think that overall the world will become a better place. And I'm not doing this to sound like a cynic. I'm not do this to sound like a pessimist. I'm not do this because, me depressed, some wanted to be depressed. No. I'm saying that, but there can be a difference. And that difference comes from you. And you can make a change, but it comes from you. It comes from learning from your, in a space where people don't feel like, if I'm just gonna feel miserable, or this person go behind our back, chat me behind my back, so it don't make no sense. Me can come to them and tell them something. Create a space for people to feel safe, and that was the intent of Speaker Truth. And personally, for me, this year feels like a blur. And I know for some of you it felt slow, but it felt like the days went so quickly. I remember even in this year, January, when we are saying like January usually long, right? Because we don't know, say, well, I will spend off money in December. I will have no money left for January. I hope in this January go as fast as the other one go. But we usually say January come long, and it's like 3 months in one. But last year, well, I'm saying last year, but for 2021 January, it was short. It went like as it come, it gone, right? And that's, for me, that was like for most of the year. But I can remember some key points where I struggled and I came out victorious. And of course, this is a space where we share. So I want you to be dropping some stuff in the chat and share with me parts and times in this year when you felt like this was it, I'm gonna give up, I'm gonna fail, I'm not gonna be successful, and you prove yourself wrong. God came through in the end and you realize it was all possible. So for me, one of those times was January of this year, where we are having lockdown. And a friend of mine was reminding me about the time when we couldn't go out on certain days, and it seems ridiculous now. Like, there are specific days of the week we couldn't leave our houses. uh but and I think it will seem even mind-blowing a couple years from now if we ever get out of this thing. um but there are days when we could not, on a government issued order, leave the house. And there were days of lockdown, I remember at the beginning of the year, for me, my final year as a university, and that is basically work experience. And while for us to be placed because work allowing for any more persons because their workers were working from home. They didn't need extra set of hands. Yeah, as Nemona said, when I almost didn't get to do practicum in January, and for some of us, we never went. We were supposed to go to practicum on in January. Some of us didn't go till March, April, May. People still just going on practicum. Um, and it was hard. It was hard because you were expected to do all these things and you had to be adjusting and adapting because there is nothing else to do but adapt to the changes. There is nothing else to do. You can't lay down there and wallow in self-pity for so long. You can't say, all right, God, it's time now. I want to leave this earth. You have to fight, you have to change, you have to adapt. And so we were expected to complete requirements in a shorter period of time with less resources and less experience than we had. And there came a time when we were supposed to do the final exit exam for university, and that was LACE. And I'm talking about this, but it feels like so long ago. And don't lose me now. I'm just sharing an experience with you. Uh, we were supposed to do LACE, and we were absolute mess because it's almost like the equivalent of GSAT or CXT. You know, if you don't pass GSAT, you feel like you got on workplace. You don't know if if you don't pass CXC, you just feel like it's the end of the world. That's how LACE felt for us. And it was the exit exam to go out of university. And if we fail, we could try to take it again. And if we fail that, we could graduate. We would have to wait till December. And that's not cute. You want to graduate with your friend them. Yes, the money is reminding me of our little study group. That group pulled us through, and I think we are yes, waiting on the P was exhausting, Sudani, because you don't know if you pass, you don't know if you fail. We pulled each other through, and that reminded me that in 2021, one of the lessons I learned is that you need people in your corner, especially when things happen, when things go wrong in your life, whether it's exam, whether it's work related, whether it's home related, whether it's, you need people in your corner. And there are often times people say, you know, me don't need nobody. Me don't need nobody. I got myself. And you are tempted to say that because you don't want to be hurt, but or you don't want to depend on anybody else. Especially as Jamaicans, we have a lot of pride. But you need somebody. No man is an island and no man stands alone. Each man's joy is joy to me. Each man grief is my own. Remember that from primary school. Jingle jingle. But no man is an island. That's the point. We banded together as a group, and I still think we're close today. Sudani, Shanae, Evanique, Abigail, Nemonia, and myself. And we studied, and we go in the exam, and we were a wreck. But we came out, and it wasn't as hard as we expected. So sometimes when you feel anxious in life, and I'm just dropping some lessons that I learned. Sometimes you feel anxious in life. Sometimes you feel like, oh gosh, there's no way out, and I'm gonna fail. I feel so depressed. This is not gonna work out. And God just show you up like, why did I worry for in the first place? I mean, I got you, and I told you I got you. How much time? I'm not never gonna leave you or forsake you. Why are you worrying? And you feel so stupid all of a sudden because you spend all this time a worry when you could have spent the time better preparing or something. So, lesson number one, you need people in your corner. Lesson number two, you definitely need to work on your anxiety. If you're as anxious as myself or my friends, know that things come together and work together for good. Then there was graduation. Guys, that was a momentous event, and I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, you did well, congrats." I graduated as the class president. So, being the president, you do a lot of planning. It was traumatic. It was traumatic for me. As the student said, dealing with anxiety was on my 2021 vision board. And I think I need to go back to my vision board and look at that, because I did want to go into 2021. And I am seeing some of the stuff coming together. But my anxiety is that it's really bad as well. When I go over stuff and I pour over stuff and I take them apart, and I was like, oh, I worry about every little thing. But I remember that was a task. Being a graduation president was a task that was stressing me out. I mean, it's one of those things though in life where even though it stresses you out, even though it's a full-time job, even though there's sometimes you get really mad at yourself and really mad at people, you realize that there's nothing in life that's gonna prepare you more than what you went through. Because what I go through with 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 that position and that role, I can say it fully prepares me for a lot of things in life. And I remember just, it's not just, there was a lot of things I found out about other people, and there's a lot of things I found out about myself. I found out that who your real friends are, especially when you're in positions like that. There are some of people I thought were close to me, and the way they dealt with me in the group and dragged my name and dragged my personal life, I realized those really aren't my friends. And I really should put a distance between myself and these persons, because this is the way they act in front of other people in relation to me. I don't think they're supposed to talk to me in a private. But I realized too that I react a lot to people, um, to people saying things that hurt me, because I'm a debater by nature, and so if I say something, I want to respond, and especially if I feel like I have a strong response, I realize that I now need to learn to let things go a little bit more. So there was lots of things. Yes, shout out to Sudani, who was our valedictorian. Yeah, yeah. Um, that's somebody in my study group, guys. That's my friend from my class, graduated with me, social worker. Yeah, she made me very proud. She was an excellent valedictorian. But I realized a lot of things during that period. So the first lesson was you need people in your corner. What was the second lesson? I don't remember. You need people in your corner. Your anxiety, work on your anxiety for 2022. And the third lesson was that you find out when difficult circumstances arise, you find out who is really a friend and who's not your friend. And then after graduation, we thought we went through this big thing. Here comes adulthood and the working world. And that door was slammed in our faces because we're never ready. Nobody could tell me. Grandma couldn't tell me. So adulting's so hard. It's so hard. Like when we graduate to find a job, stress out. Stress right out. Because when people telling you, yeah, you got the degree, but you're not qualified because you don't have at least 5 years of experience. I mean, I just got a degree. How do I have 5 years of experience? And you check all the boxes. I don't have 5 years of paid experience, but I do have 5 years of voluntary experience. That no counts? That no count for nothing extracurricular? When me I kill up myself, I go a meeting and class and club activities, that never count for nothing. So it kind of felt like, okay, I've overcome a hurdle, but here's another one. Life just throwing them hurdles like that. Throwing them hurdles, throwing them hurdles. And I wasn't prepared. I mean, adulthood is just so, nobody now tell you to do your work. You have to be responsible for yourself. I mean, it's just so hard. It's just so hard. But you learn to adjust. You learn to the little change them when you get a month time. It's not gonna be forever because it's preparing you for something greater. And we were tested and we were tried, and there's so much that happened during that period. Um One of the things though that I learned is that if you don't make time during as an adult, if you don't make time for certain things, you're not gonna have the time. For example, there's always a lot of work to be done, whether it's school work, whether it's work, whether it's housework, because apparently you have to do a whole heap of housework now. Whether it's housework, there's a lot of things that need to be done that if you don't make the time for like fun stuff, fun activities, it not gonna happen. It just not gonna happen. You get what I say? So as an adult, you have to table that, and it helps with your mental health if you table time to relax. You have to table the time to relax. For me this year, it was really really hard, especially um that I was finishing up a second degree. I had 3 classes left, but I was doing them in modules. So I would go to, yeah, it makes you appreciate your parents more and more because they have to go through adulthood like a boss, and you come in like a chicken. Like, you're never ready. We're never ready. Flap, flap, cock-a-doodle doo. We're never ready. But what was I saying? Oh, I had classes. I did work and study. For anybody who did work and study or has done work and study at any point in their lives, I salute you because it's not easy. I went to work, I kill up myself, and then I come home and I had to do classes, and I struggled through those classes. I tell you, I really struggled. You come home by 5:30, and by classes finish about 8:39, and you have to make time to prepare for work the next day, plus for assignments that are due for your courses. Intentionality Sudani, it never pretty. I had to be intentional about what I did and what I didn't get to do. So because of that, I had classes on Monday and Wednesdays, and on Sunday from 11 to 2. So you know, say my Sunday dead. Me not have no day off, and on Saturdays I went to church. So it was packed, jam packed, day after day after day after day. So I don't have any break to say, let's go do something fun today, Ayana. No, there was nothing like that. There was no break. There was no point in time. So I did a video recently, my vlog. I think I did it last week. When I went out, I hadn't gone out since July, and that was for like a hour after a photo shoot date, which was really fun. But we were tired the night, and so we just ate and went home. I mean, but the day was pretty good. Um, so I learned time management. I learned that you have to be intentional about your time and intentional about what you get to do and what you don't get to do. And you have to make time to relax, and that may not look the way that the world perceives relaxation as, oh, let's go to a spa, or let's go to the beach, or let's go out. It may be that it looks like picking up a book. It may be that it looks like finishing a movie. It may be that it looks like watching a series, your favorite series. Relaxation comes in different forms, but you have to take the time. It's also reminded me that happiness is not a destination you get to. It's something that you have to create, and it's something that you have to be. I love this word, Sudani. You gave me this word, and I'm just pounding it. Intentional about. You have to be intentional about what makes you happy and what does not. So a lot of times people paint the picture that happiness is a place that you get to, right? I have to get to here to be happy. I have to have the 3-story house. I have to have the car. I have to have the kids to be happy, and then I'll be happy. I have to have the job to be happy. But then you get to a point where you realize that where I am now is where I wish I was 5 years ago. And am I happy? And if the answer is no, then it should be, what am I doing to make myself unhappy? And what can I do to make myself happier? What are the situations that I can get out of, or the situations that I can get in to make myself happy? And that's what was one of the things that I learned, that happiness is not a destination. It's not a goal that you get to. It's not something that will come when the material things come, but it's something that you have to intentionally create. It's something that doesn't stay forever and ever and ever, because you have your happy times and you will have your bad times. It doesn't mean that when you get to this place where your life seems perfect, you're married to this perfect man, this perfect woman, and you have the house and the car and the land, that you will be happy and forever never sad. And that's the lie that we tell ourselves. So you have to create your own happiness. So in 2022, I'm challenging you to create your own happiness. Create that feeling of safety, that when times are sad, you have the assurance that you can get to a place where you can be happy again, because it's about ebb and flow of life. It gives and it takes. It gives you a lot, but it takes a lot from you. And so you'll never get to a place where, oh, happiness is just on a plane. And it's the truth. It may be hard to hear, it may be hard to swallow, but it's the truth. Yes, so then it's not about your circumstances, it's the mindset and perspective. And one of the things I learned, let's look at so Sudani said that she vision board, but I have goals. I have my vision board under my bed. I probably should take it out and look at where I am. But last year I made some goals in my journal, some goals for 2021. And the first one is, help me tick them off. So the first one is learn Spanish to speak fluently. Yo no sé. ¿Qué pasa? I don't speak Spanish fluently. Hola, Shanae. ¿Cómo estás? Shanae, I can't call her Shanae Parker again. She's Shanae Parker Phillips, guys. I'm excited for my friend. Sorry, I have to pause because Shanae married. Shanae is a big old marriage woman. Shanae Parker Phillips. Phillips, guys. Hola. Hola, Shanae. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Qué pasa con... me forget the word husband in Spanish. To show you guys that I started out the year strong. And somewhere along the way, I stopped learning. So I don't speak it fluent. I can have basic conversation. Believe it, Mrs. Phillips. Come true. Come true, Mrs. Phillips. Oh, Shanae got married. My babies have grown up. Oh, no. It's so weird to see people so grown. Mrs. Phillips in the house. She's here, guys. My second one on the agenda. So I think I can put an X, but I think I need to renew the vow to myself to learn Spanish fluently, and yeah, this year. And to add, guys, hold on. All right, I finished my degree, both my degrees. So yeah, Yeah, me happy bad. Me happy. So now that I don't have classes, maybe I can make more time for Spanish. Not a maybe. Definitely. Definitely. Have morning devotions to increase spirituality. Let me be honest. I'm giving myself a half a mark for this because I'm not as consistent as I would like to be, but I am almost there. I'm almost there, right? Almost there. Avid prayer life, I do pray. I do pray a lot, so I think I can put a sticky there. Establish, speak your truth, the untold. Yes, and I was celebrating earlier that I am at 500 sub 5,000. Manifest it. 500 subscribers. So I can say that I did pretty well. Yeah. Might not seem like a lot, but it's a whole community of 500 people who have seen the interest in my channel. That's a lot. That's a lot. 500 people. Imagine 500 people in one place. That's a lot. That's a lot. So I'm happy about that. Um establish a speaker through charity arm. No, I haven't. I wanted to, but I haven't. I've been trying to, I was so busy looking work and trying to get work. I did get a job, by the way. I'm gainfully employed. One more thing to celebrate. Um, yeah. So I haven't, but that can definitely go for next year. Have better relationships. I think I have improved a lot of my relationships with my friends, family, and stuff like that. Graduates, yeah, good girl graduates. Put on the cap and everything. Uh, get driver's license. Yeah, me get my driver's license. But any of you want me to take your vehicle for a spin, I am totally available. You can message me on WhatsApp or on Instagram at Yana Positive. Definitely. So I did get my driver's license. Um, continue reading meaningful books. Guys, may I tell you the truth? A long time me depend on one book. I'm not done yet because it's like I try to read a chapter a day, but I mean it's been difficult. But no excuses for 2022. I can put a half mark there because I have been reading, just not as much. Diligently exercise. Guys, so for those who follow me closely, you'll realize that I'll tell you the story later. But I have been exercising diligently and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud. We should really form like an online team or group and we keep each other accountable. But I got my first line in abs, my lower abdomen is coming in. What's grandma? Very jealous. But I got my abs. The first line and my lower abdomen's coming in and I build up my body to a level that I'm comfortable with. So I can say I did diligently exercise. Maintain an attitude of gratitude. I can tell you there are times when I faltered, but for the majority of the part, I maintain that attitude. Suddenly, you'll be proud of me. I maintain that attitude. I got my perspective. Yeah, I look at life. Fit, fit, fit. Why? Improve my poetry and my singing. I haven't. Okay, so this is half and half because I did improve my poetry, but I haven't done much singing practices unless I go to church and I sing, but I haven't. Yeah. This one says being present in the morning. I think this means being present in the moment. I try my best to do that. I try my best not to be anxious about the future, not to be depressed about the past, and not stress on myself about the present. But I try to be present in the moment for that. So let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Woo, that's good, right? That's good out of like 15, but that's good. That's pretty good. Some of these I will carry over to 2022, but I can say for 2021, I learned a lot. Right? One of the things I wanted to share with you as well is that I I faced a lot of challenges this year with diet change. I changed my diet. I stopped eating meat. I still eat fish and some dairy, but I stopped eating meat because for health reasons, it was a healthier option for me. And though it was healthier, what Sinead to celebrate. All right, Sinead, yeah, me finally stopped. Um, though it was healthier, it was hard for me because I lost all my 60 pounds. I lost a lot of pounds. I went from about 167 to 150 in like a short period of time. So I lost almost 20 pounds just like this. And it was hard for me because I was used to looking a particular way and feeling really good in my clothes, and then all of a sudden I don't. I don't feel confident in my clothes because they don't fit anymore. When I put them on, they don't look as nice. You don't see those nice round hips and that nice booty. It was just hard for me, and it got to a point where I usually take pictures for like content and stuff, and I kept taking like selfies because I wasn't comfortable with how I looked in a whole picture. So I just took like selfies, and it was hard. It was hard, honestly. And I decided that I no longer wanted to look like that. I no longer wanted to look flat as a board because the belly did go down, yeah, and I rejoiced at first, and then everything else went along with it. And I didn't like what I was seeing. So I started putting in a lot more nuts in my diet. Started doing smoothies a lot more. The fatty smoothies, the one that you put peanut butter in and oats and the banana and them thing there, you know, them good thing there. And I bought my pumpkin seeds, my sunflower seeds, the other ones. And I I started exercising a lot more. Yeah, and I went up. I'm going up. I'm probably now. Last time I checked my weight, I'm now at 157, and I like where I'm at. I like the way my body is gaining pounds in all the right places because I am doing my exercises to put it where it's supposed to be, and to get it off where it's not supposed to be. Yeah, it shows how much weight meat gives us. And yeah, the protein shake is really good. It's really good. Um and I enjoy making them. They're pretty good stuff. And my mom always say how I eating or drinking the protein shake and eating at the same time, but I wanted to gain weight and not lose weight. So yeah, but now I'm at a comfortable place and I am confident in my body. So if you're like me and you need to lose or gain weight, 2022 is the time to do it. And it's not just about, oh, it's a new year, let's make some new year's resolution that will only be good for January, and then the rest of the year we just go back to our normal selves. But it is to make a resolution that each year you improve on what you do. You make your happiness and you try as best as possible to maintain it. So even when hard times come and difficult times come, you have equipped yourself with enough motivation, with enough inspiration, with enough empowerment and elevation. You see what I did there, Irie? Yes, to do well and to be able to handle any crisis that comes your way. So you don't chip off part of your head and you feel like, say, you know, I'm not gonna make it through this. I'm really not gonna make it through life. you equip yourself in the good times for the skills that you would need during the bad times. You'll be surprised at how those skills help, right? So I think we should do something else. I think we should do something together that I know you would love. And that is, I'm gonna allow you, usually though, Ayana, we lose the weight, then build the body we want. Right. But nobody never tell me that, Sud. Me just feel like say, all right, because I naturally have a good body. Um, that it would maintain it that way. I naturally eat enough, so it would maintain it that way. But I'm not eating the food that put the fat in my body. So I didn't know that I was gonna just lose the weight like this. Like, and mine was quick. Like this week, I'm fine. And next 2 weeks after that, I realize I not have no. Well, on, me lose what if I weight, man? My clothes are drop off of me. Me not have no clothes that fit me anymore. And it was hard for me because to adjust to all of that, I felt so uncomfortable in my own skin. And it's not a territory that I want to go back to. So I made a difference, I made a change. So sometimes it goes to show that even sometimes we may be overweight and we say, there's nothing I can do about it. We're just fat and I just so. Or we're underweight and we say, oh, there's nothing I can do about it. If you want to do something about it, you can. You just have to have the mindset to do so. Right? Yep. Yep. It's just all about the mindset and perspective. So we are going to do something together. I told you about my goals for 2021, but I want you to share with me what should be our goals for 2022. And I'm writing in my journal. So we're doing this together, Positive Nation. So, goals for 2022. Ooh, shoo. I'm ramming, sorry. Let's go. What's the first one? Anybody knows? Y'all can type it in the chat. Have more faith. Oh, that's a good one. Have more faith. And I think that will adjust our anxiety problems to know that things will work out the way they will work out for a specific purpose. Have more faith. Attitude of gratitude. We're gonna bring that one over because it is too important for us not to bring over. Express a attitude of gratitude. And if you haven't started as yet, if you haven't done it, now is the time to do it. Attitude of gratitude. I'm waiting. Come on, Positive Nation. What are your goals for 2022? What's the mindset you want to go forward with? What is the things that you want to do? Ooh, I want to travel more. Like, I didn't want this year to end without me going Portland or Saint Anne or out of Parish, but it's just how it is. Like, I didn't get the chance to do that. I feel disheartened, but it's fine. Be more positive. Be positive, says Travis James. Hey, Travis. Be positive. Why? Go fly out next year? Is that a declaration over your life or mine? I'll take it. Fly out next year. Fly out. Out. But I think it's a good thing for us to explore a little bit more. Like, traveling makes me happy. Have more family time. And that's coming from mommy, Cheryl Allen. Shout out to my mother. She wants more family time. All right. So Danny wants to fly out next year. All of us professing to fly out next year. No one say nothing there, but that would be untrue. But it's a good thing to go towards. I want to travel a lot more next year. Sightseeing, to just go to different places and have a lot more fun. Sinead Parker said Jamaica nice. Jamaica nice. What's that song about Jamaica the best? The only thing is no job no there, no road no there. What's that song? Um I don't remember. Um I can't remember now. Yeah, we have some really nice places in Jamaica as if you're in paradise, literally in paradise. Tony Rebel Jamaica. I don't remember the artist, but oh, what a nice place to live. Sweet jam down. The only problem is dollars not run. Yeah, that's a song. That's a song. Jamaica's a nice place to live and vacay, but I mean the only problem is that dollars not run. Sweet jam down. Yeah. It's a nice place. Like I see some places in Portland and I see some places in St. Anne and some places in Manchester going up and in Hava. Nice place. But if you get the opportunity to fly out and make some dollars and come back, come vacay, so you can actually afford to go to these places. Just saying, it's a thought. It's a food for thought. So we have more faith, express an attitude of gratitude, be positive, fly out next year, have more family time, travel and sightseeing. Yeah, Portland is beautiful. Beautiful. I just need to check it out. I need a trip. And most of the persons that I know, they're coming from Mobay and they come back late and all of that with all of the curfew and stuff. I really wanted to go, but it just didn't work out for the holiday. But it will. It will. It will. It will. I have faith. Have more faith. All right. What else do we want to carry over in 2022? One of the things I want you to learn as well is to make your happiness. Make each day count, make each moment count, make each experience count, because we have enough bad times, but when the happy times come on, we cherish them, because happiness is not a destination. You don't get there all of a sudden when you get your dream house, your dream car, your dream spouse, but it's something that you learn to create, because problems will arise either way, but it's just your mindset and how you look at it. That's what's gonna make you, whether you're happy or unhappy. That's the difference. Your mindset, how you look at things. Because a lot of times when we look at situations, all we see is the problem, not the opportunities, not the happiness, not the joy, but the problems. So make your happiness. Make your happiness. One of the things I want to carry over in 2022 also is to be more spiritually devoted. So go back to my devotions, to reading my Bible, and just be at a place where if something wrong happens, my first thought is, God, how is it that you're gonna help me get out of this situation, rather than how is it that I can get out of this situation, because then I put myself in problem, because nothing should be done without the help and the guidance of Almighty. Yeah? Yeah. So be more spiritually aligned, be more spiritually devoted. I'm thinking. Are you thinking? Um, what are some other stuff that we could approach 2022 with? You're talking on my video. No, it's live, Grandma. Grandma just said we must edit out the part of the video that she's talking in. Okay, okay. Okay, guys. So let's edit out that part of the video. Let's re-talk what I was saying. What are the other things that we can bring out in 2022? What are the other things that we can do in 2022? 2022. One of the things I want to do is capitalize on my talents and to use them to the best of my abilities, and on opportunities. So for 2022, it's all about investing. It's all about getting myself to a place where I can move to becoming financially independent. I know I'm just starting out, and I really want to get myself to a place where I can be comfortable, and where my family can also be comfortable. But I know it's gonna take a couple of years, but I can start the process of putting some things in place to invest myself in getting there. Invest more. That's one. And I'm still waiting on more. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a good number. But we can still do a lot more. Um, yeah. So we have more faith, express an attitude of gratitude, be positive, fly out next year, have more family time, travel, sightsee, make your happiness, be more spiritually devoted, capitalize on talent, invest more. These are 10 things that we're gonna bring over in 2022. Let me just add some more. Have better relationships. Nobody take it for idiots. No yam head business round here. Do not enter into toxic relationships. Do not go into things that will bring you down. And relationships are broad here, whether it's a friendship, it's an intimate relationship, it's a familial relationship, whatever, on whichever level. Surround yourself with good people, positive people, people that uplift you, people that make you stronger, people that hold on the fort when things go bad, and people that you know you can depend on, and people who can also depend on you, and be the type of person that people can also depend on, because you just don't want to be, oh, have um I want to have people in my corner, and you're not in anybody else's corner. Be the type of person that others can depend on as well. Yeah, spread that positive light and that positive energy everywhere you go, with everyone you meet. And remember to express an attitude of gratitude. So for tonight's show, we did a recap of 2021. Well, I did my version or my aspect or my perspective on 2021. I went through practicum, I went through the process of graduating, I went into adulthood, fully immersed into adulthood, being employed, having adult responsibilities. Oh, and I finished both my degrees, and I graduated with one and I left with the other one. Um, yeah, that's my recap for 2021. And there were some things that I learned. I learned that you need good people in your corner. Whether it's family or friends, you need people you can depend on or hold you together. Just as how you would hold them together. I also learned that anxiety doesn't help. It instead, it it pulls you down, it weighs you down. And so it's not something that you should do, because as a Christian, as a person who believe in a higher power, whether it is that you underwater or not, go underwater as in baptized or not, whether it is that you worship at a certain faith or not, once you believe there's a higher power, there should be a higher level of faith um that sustains you. I also learned to be grateful in all things. I learned that oftentimes when we come upon difficult situation, it tries us and it tries the people around us. So you find out who people are, and you also find out how shallow or how deep you are, and what are the things that you can stand and what are the things that you definitely can't stand. And I've learned to be patient. I've This is what happens when I live at the roadside. I've learned to be patient and wait on God's timing and His direction. Yeah? So, yang yang, right? And I say, wum wum them, and I do wumba back them, and the yang yang them. I cannot. I cannot. But I've learned to be patient and to wait on God's timing. So here are some goals that we have as a positive nation, as a family for 2022, and I will be holding you guys accountable at the end of 2022. If I'm alive and all is well, I will be coming back to my journal to read these out and see if you actually did them. So I'm holding you accountable, and you should also hold me accountable. Have more faith. And the Bible says faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains, right? um it says express an attitude of gratitude, be positive, fly out next year. For some of us that will be the thing we do, and some of us that will be the thing we do not do. But have more family time, travel and sightsee, make your own happiness, be more spiritually devoted, capitalize on talent and invest more. And of course I have some personal ones that I will be bringing sorry that I will be bringing over, such as to learn to speak Spanish fluently, increase my morning devotions. What was the other one? Increase how many meaningful books I read, and stuff like that. And I see when commenting as it relates to toxic relationship, it's not about not entering one because you don't necessarily realize the toxicity at first. The important thing, okay, the important thing is to leave when reality hits. And that's the hardest to leave. But why I say don't enter one is because most times than often we see the red flags and we ignore them anyway. We think it's carnival. So if you see the red flags, ignore them. Don't ignore them. Walk away. Walk away from the relationship. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family relationship, whether it is an intimate relationship, if you see the red flags, you walk away. If you enter and realize this is a toxic relationship, try your best as possible to leave, and if you can't leave, seek help elsewhere. Yeah, right. So we're closing the show for tonight, and I want to thank you all for joining. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And it was exciting. It was really a good time being here. I am excited for the new year because I am going into the new year, charging into the new year with a positive mindset. I am a whole adult and I'm responsible for ensuring that I uphold, and even if you're a child, you're responsible for your life and ensuring that you have the best possible one. As of course people can help you, but God made a choice for a reason. You are responsible for how well you live your life, right? So if you all want to add some more to the list, now is the time to do it. But just remember to like this video and of course share, because even after we end this live, the video will still be available for persons to watch. All right, like the video, share, um and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Right, if you haven't subscribed, you're missing a whole lot. 2022 promises to be a good year, unlike 2021. I hope I don't bite my tongue too soon, but I hope I'm not as busy in 2022 as I was in 2021. Or I make enough time, prioritize the channel with enough time that I can actually do videos and edits, because I have been doing a lot of lives. It has been difficult, but I look forward to giving you more worthwhile content, and 2022 promises to be exciting year, a good year, because we have so much in store for you. There's so many episodes coming up that I'm just excited for you guys to see. All right, so do have yourselves a beautiful rest of the night. If you do have anything that you would like to say, to comment, I'm wishing you all a happy holidays. First of all, merry belated Christmas and happy new year. Happy belated Christmas and happy new year when it comes. And I hope to see you guys in the new year very healthy and vibrant and ready and willing to take on the challenges and the opportunities as they come alike. All right, so see you next time, same place, Thursday at 8 p.m., where we will be doing another episode on Speak Your Truth, the Untold. And your girl Yana Positive. Ooh, yes. So of course I want to reach over 1K. Guys, you have to help me with this one, because I cannot do it on my own. I cannot do it by myself. You have to help me with this one. Grow Speak Your Truth channel to over 1K. I know we can do it, we can do it. We can do it. I have the faith, the utmost faith in us, Positive Nation, that we can get there. All you have to do is share the link and encourage somebody in your contact to subscribe. Just click that arrow that goes this way if you see it on WhatsApp, and if you're seeing it on Facebook or Instagram, just share it with somebody in your circle and say, hey, this is some content I think you'll benefit from. Just subscribe to her content, because there's worthwhile content coming up. If you feel like 2021 was good, 2022 will be even better, because I'm here creating this platform and this space for you, so you can realize that there is a space where you can speak your truth, whether it is that anybody agree with it, anybody disagree, not the point. This is a place where you get to offload, and the place where you get to say your piece and listen to others as they overcome their own challenges and obstacles, right? So want to grow SYT to over 1K. Yes, I don't think that's too major a goal. I just want to get there, and I know you would love for me to get there as well. So just share this link and encourage somebody to subscribe, right? Yes. So thank you so for that suggestion. I'll see you all Thursday
year.
at 8.
Next year.
Grandma's next year. So I'll see you all next year. Thursday at 8 p.m. That would be January 4, 5, 6. January 6. Why that date sound so familiar? I don't remember. Somebody's birthday sound like them on January 6. But I'll see you all then. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining in. Same time, same place. This was Speak Your Truth, The Untold, with your host, Yana Positive, creating an iris space of inspiration, relatable, empowering, and elevating content. See you all.